In 1921, Reza Khan, a general, launched a coup d'etat against the Qajar government and established the last dynasty, the Pahlavi dynasty. In 1935, he asked foreign delegates at the League of Nations to call Persia Iran, meaning the land of the Aryans. The population supported because although Persian is the ethnic majority, accounting for about 60%, there are about 10 other ethnic minorities. His successor, his son Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, announced that both Persia and Iran can be used interchangeably, but the war has settled on Iran. Around 2000 BC, Aryans from Central Asia moved west to a land of deserts and mountains called the Persian Plateau, but it was just next to a very fertile land called Mesopotamia. In Greek, it means between rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. That corresponds to Iraq, Syria, and southeastern Turkey today. In 600 BC, Cyrus II united the Medes and other tribes to become the king of Persia and founded the Achaemenid Empire. At the height, it stretched from Egypt and modern-day Turkey to the Indus Valley in Pakistan. On the western coast of modern-day Turkey, called Asia Minor, were 12 Greek cities under the Achaemenid Empire. They were also called Ionians. The Ionians were unhappy because they were ruled by tyrants appointed by Persia together with heavy taxes. In 499 BC, the tyrant of Miletus city, Aristagoras, failed in his attempt to conquer Naxos, a Greek Cyclades island. Fearing that he would be removed, he incited the Ionians to revolt. Athens and Eretria, a Greek city, supported. The revolt was finally put down in 493 BC. Persia sought to punish Athens and Eretria and invaded Greece twice, burning Athens at the Second War, but had to retreat finally in 479 BC. In 336 BC, a 20-year-old rising warrior, Alexander, succeeded his father, King Philip II of Macedonia, who was murdered. After getting all the Greek city-states to accept his hegemony, he embarked on a military campaign of vengeance against the Persians in 334 BC. 3 years later, he ended the Achaemenid Empire at the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC in the present-day Kurdistan. The fleeing Darius was fatally stabbed by Bessus, a satrap or Persian governor. Alexander claimed that Darius in his dying moment named him as his successor. Alexander must have pitied him, for he gave him a full military funeral and buried him next to his Achaemenid predecessors. After overcoming an ambush at the Persian gate, he arrived at Persepolis, the proud ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire. 323 BC, Alexander died suddenly after a febrile illness in Babylon in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar II. He was only 32. With no succession plan, his top generals began fighting for the empire. After 3 decades of civil war, 3 kingdoms emerged. The Antigonid dynasty covering homeland Macedon and mainland Greece, the Ptolemaic kingdom covering Egypt, Palestine and southern Levant, and the Seleucid Empire covering Mesopotamia, Persia and the Indus Valley. Mesopotamia is a flat land that facilitates military transport and invasions. The Parthians were a group of nomadic tribes from Central Asia. The first king, Arsaces, leader of the Parni tribe, seized northeastern Persia and Mesopotamia from the Seleucids, establishing the Parthian Empire from central Turkey to Pakistan. They are famous for pretending to flee and turn around suddenly to shoot their Parthian shot. Before the Arab invasion, in the 7th century, Persia believed in Zoroastrianism, a religion older than Judaism started by Zarathustra, a poet and philosopher from the present-day Afghanistan. They believed the wise Lord Ahura Mazda created the universe and everything good, but Angra Mainyu is the spirit of everything evil. Man is free to choose between the good and evil. The Temple of Fire in Yazd has kept the fire burning for over 1,500 years. Their dates are brought up to the top of this hill called the Tower of Silence for the vultures to devour the flesh. The bones are dissolved in lime in the central pit. The Arab Rashidun Caliphate invaded Persia in 636 AD at the Battle of Al-Qadisiyah. The final victory was won at the Battle of Nahavand in 642 AD. The Sasanian Persia was already weakened by war with the Byzantine Empire, and the last king, Yazdegerd, fled east and was killed in Merv in 651 AD. It took 3 centuries to convert the majority of the Persian population into Islam. The Arab conquerors imposed a tax on non-Muslims. Converts enjoy a tax relief, and the door opens to positions in government and military service. Muslim percentage was only 10% around 750 AD at the end of the Umayyad Caliphate, but it reached 90% at the end of the 11th century. Many who refused to convert fled to India, where they are called Parsi. Just as Islam prevailed over Persia, Persian art and science seeped into Islam. This was because Arabic became the lingua franca throughout the Umayyad Caliphate. Persian scholars began translating their works into Arabic so that they could gain a wider audience throughout the empire. The beautiful big blue dome of mosques and vaulted ceilings of madrasa originated in Persia. Persian knowledge in astronomy, mathematics and medicine was now accessible in Arabic, and the world viewed them as Islamic achievements. From the Arabic conquest in the 7th century, Persia was ruled by various conquerors, Turks, Genghis Khan and Timurlen, until 1501 when the local Safavid dynasty ruled back Persia and converted the country to Shia Islam. Shia Islam leader is hereditary from Prophet Muhammad bloodline. Isfahan, the third largest city of Iran, was made the capital of the Safavid dynasty by Abbas. To vitalize the economy, craftsmen, many from Armenia, were brought there. To house some 300,000 Armenians, he built an Armenian quarter named New Jofa. The Caspian Sea is the largest saltwater lake in the world. It covers some 371,000 square kilometers. Beneath is a massive oil and gas depot. 5 states, Kazakhstan, Russia, Azerbaijan, Iran, and Turkmenistan share the shore. The Sadabad Palace is a complex of 17 palaces, some now turned into museums, on a 110-hectare ground of lush greenery north of Tehran. It was started by the Qajar dynasty and expanded by the Pahlavi dynasty.